job selling me than I can sell myself. Folks, it's an honor to be here tonight. A very quick question. I want to be brief. Raise your hand if you know who I am. Okay. Well, number one, thank you. About 6 weeks ago, in overwhelming numbers, I became the choice of this party for the United States Congress. I went with more votes than any Democrat ever got in a contested primary ever in the 4th Congressional District. And tonight, I want to say, really, for the first time, truly, I accept your nomination to the United States Congress. I do so with humility, with respect, with love of home and country, but I also do so with a little bit of tenacity, a little bit of fight. 6 months. It's been 6 months since COVID-19 came for Tennessee lives and livelihoods. I've got a question for you. Did you imagine in the middle of March that you still be wearing a mask in the middle of September?
We probably would have done better had we wore the mask in March and not waited until July.
And we would have done better if our leaders had done something about it in January, February, and March. In the middle of January, there was a congressman, you might know him, Scotty D. Scotty D. You know Desjardins, our friend Scott Desjardins, who hasn't been to this community in years and only comes when it's convenient, never to take questions for you. Scott Desjardins, who's not hosted a town hall in Tennessee for 7.5 years. Scott Desjardins, who's made $1.7 million in Congress, who got rich and we got sick. Congressman Desjardins, who's the least effective legislator in the country, not according to me, not according to the liberal media, according to the most conservative magazine in the United States of America. That Scott Desjardins was briefed in the middle of January that this virus was coming to destroy Tennessee lives and livelihoods, and the least described ever, he didn't do a damn thing about it. For 70 days, Congressman Desjardins knew this virus was coming. He sat on it. This virus came, and after it came, he didn't do anything to help us. I don't agree with President Trump on a lot of things, but can I tell you something? He got something absolutely right, and he tweeted it out. I want my Republican friends to hear that, especially those watching. The President of the United States said on March 14th, when this bill came before Congress, that him and Speaker Pelosi came together on this, the Pelosi-Trump bill. So you know all of the country was behind it. A bill that got 90% of the votes in the United States Congress. Scott Desjardins was one of a handful of members who didn't vote for this bill that would have done 3 things. Number 1, rapid response virus testing free to every citizen of this country. At the beginning of this crisis, you all had to pay $200 or $300, and you still have to pay several hundred to get rapid results testing right here in this community. Number 2, it would have given a stimulus, tax credits when it came to PPP loan. The PPP loan that saved over 200 businesses right here in Bradley County. Congressman Desjardins, no. And the third thing is that we gave paid sick leave so that you don't have to go to work or school if you're sick with the virus or your kid's sick. Congressman Desjardins voted no. And the President of the United States, not surprisingly, decided he was going to go to Twitter. He got his phone out, got his fingers ready, and said that the men who opposed that bill were third-rate stooges. I agree with President Trump. Scott Desjardins is a third-rate stooge. I'm a fighter. I've spent my life standing up to the bullies and fighting for the forgotten. And from the beginning of my career, working with President Obama, for President Obama, and you know what? We do not say this nearly enough. Barack Obama was an extraordinary president. He was an extraordinary man. He is extraordinary. And then later in my career, working as a nonprofit executive, I've always taken the fight to the mat. I've always punched hard for our people and our values. And Democrats who are here tonight, I just want to leave you with this as a thought for you to consume today. We're losing a lot. And we're not losing by a little, we're losing by a lot. 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. The reason I think we're losing so badly time and again in these communities in Tennessee, and particularly in rural Tennessee, here it is. I think we're too nice. I think we are way too nice. I think they bend it over and kick us and we take it. And I think we got to kick back. I think we've got to fight back. You know, to me, what I've learned in my life is that the bullies that you fight, they don't fight fairly. They don't fight fairly. They just hit harder. They lie. They cheat. They're dishonest. And we have to learn to fight back. We cannot simply allow them to run over us anymore. We've got to fight with fists. We've got to fight hard. We've got to fight with love. But let me tell you something. When we fight for those we love, we can't always afford to fight so lovingly. We've got to fight with passion because you know it in your bones. This is it. You know it in your bones. In 43 days, everything we stand for as Tennesseans, as Americans, those values that we grew up on right here in Tennessee that formed us and formed our children, our posterity, they're on the line. We have 42 days left. We have 42 days left. I hope you feel the urgency in your bones, but I want to give you full fuel for your fire. It's Monday. The Lord's Day was yesterday, but I'm going to extend the Sabbath and share some good news. Here's some good news about this campaign. This campaign has been fueled by 4,663 donors, but who's counting? That is a record. That is more than Bill Haggerty and Manny Sethi combined. We have donations from every county in this district, but also from every state in this country. We have contributions from. The entire nation has invested in this campaign. The entire country is looking to Tennessee. And you know why I think it is? I don't think it's because I'm so great. I don't think it's about me. I think, honestly, America is shocked that rural Tennessee has Congressman Desjardins as their congressman. They are stunned to the core that this man who abuses women, we must say it, Congressman Desjardins admitted in the court of law, admitted in the transcripts, he himself said it, that he abuses women. He is a domestic abuser. He laid a hand on his wife, he pulled a gun on her, he coerced her, and 2 of his 6 mistresses into 3 abortions. A man abuses women, and he's won again and again and again. I don't think a man who lays a hand on his wife deserves to be a United States Congressman. I don't think a man who doesn't know how to properly use a gun for sport and protection, and instead uses the gun to threaten his ex-wife over allegations that were correct with affairs he had with patients. I don't think that man deserves to be a congressman. I promise you, if I get elected to the United States Congress, I will not embarrass you. I will fight for the protection of their law. I will fight for women's equality. I will fight for fairness. I'll fight for you and those you love. I'm about to get pulled off, so I just want to say really quickly, here's what I need. This campaign is fueled by a record 4,600 donors who have made an average contribution of $32.33 today. I have over